as you bury me. I didn't have it in myself.
I only wish our other two co-writers were here. Justin Vernon and William Bowery.
Justin is one of the greatest ever. William, I never got to meet.
There's been a lot of discussion about William Bowery and his identity, because it's not a real person.
It's not?
Jack.
I think I've seen this film before, so I'm leaving out the side door.
So step right out, there is no...
You knew the hero died, so what's the movie for?
I do not like the song. I'm sorry, I don't like it. My worst nightmare in a song.
The worst thing that I ever did was what I did to you.
T?
Friend to all is a friend to none. Chase two girls, lose the one. When you are young, they assume you know nothing.
Okay, this is The One by Taylor Swift.
I'm doing good, I'm on some new shit. Been saying yes instead of no. I thought I saw you at the bus stop, I didn't though. I hit the ground running each night. I hit the Sunday matinee. You know the greatest films of all time were never made.
What is that ST thing?
I guess you never know, never know. And if you wanted me, you really should have showed. And if you never bleed, you're never gonna grow. And it's all right now. But we were something, don't you think so? Roaring 20s, tossing pennies in the pool. And if my wishes came true, it would have been you.
Ooh.
In my defense, I have none for never leaving well enough alone. But it would have been fun if you would have been the one. This dream you're doing cool shit, having adventures on your own. You meet some woman on the internet and take her home. We never painted by the numbers, baby, but we were making it count. You know the greatest loves of all time are over now. I guess you never know, never know. And it's another day waking up alone. But we were something, don't you think so? Roaring 20s, tossing pennies in the pool. And if my wishes came true, it would have been you. In my defense, I have none.
I love that lyric.
Never leaving well enough alone. But it would have been fun if you would have been the one. I persist and resist the temptation to ask you if one thing had been different. Would everything be different today? We were something, don't you think so? Rose flowing with your chosen family. And it would have been sweet if it could have been me. In my defense, I have none for digging up the grave another time. But it would have been fun if you would have been the one.
Wow. What a moody song. I want to start by breaking down some of the lyrics. She says, I'm doing good, I'm on some new shit. To me, that opening line just feels like a lie right off the bat. But it's a loving lie. You know, the kind of Instagram post we post with a smile and a filter, like that. It's like something you say to convince yourself. And then later she says, I thought I saw you at the bus stop. It wasn't though. And that line right there, she's shattering the illusion. That line just tells me that she's looking everywhere for him and she's not over it. She's like seeing ghosts, but not the ghost of him, but the ghost of what she wanted him to be. And then she says this really cool line that says, you know, the greatest films of all time were never made. She's admitting to herself that the potential was never real. It's like a movie she directed in her head. And now she's sitting alone in the theater. The credits are rolling. The lights are turning on. I'm so sorry, you guys. I have to talk these analogies out. The song just feels like she's trying to convince herself as she sings. And it feels emotionally distant on purpose. In the song, there's no build, there's no bridge. And that's because it fizzled. Like, it never climaxed. And that's the point. This doesn't feel like a breakup song for someone she's dated. It's more for the version of the relationship that she hoped would happen. A relationship that was more real in her head than it was in reality. Taylor didn't write the song for people who lost love. She wrote it for the people who lost potential. Like that almost relationship. Like you planned it all out in your head, but it never really happened. This song is like low-key grief, but it's controlled. Like when you're staring at the ceiling and thinking to yourself, like, damn, that could have been good. And that's what makes it hurt even more. Like there's no dramatic ending. It didn't crash and burn. It just slowly faded away. This isn't the type of heartbreak that comes with a big breakup speech. It's the one where you realize, oh, he never really chose me, did he? That type of feeling. And the worst part is you were too busy building a relationship in your mind. Then by the time you woke up, there was nothing left to hope for. Just your own reflection and fake storylines. Oh, that hurts. But to cut it short, the one isn't about, it's about coming to terms with the fact that you were in love with the person that you imagined them to be, and not really in love with the person they actually were. Guys, let's get to the next one. This is one hell of a way to start this album. Okay guys, this is Cardigan, and if you haven't noticed, I am going in order. It's what you guys recommended, so I'm trying it with this album. Let's get into it.
Vintage tea, brand new phone, high heels on, cobblestones. When you are young, they assume you know nothing. Sequin smile, black lipstick, sensual politics. When you are young, they assume you know nothing. But I knew you, dancing in your Levi's, drunk under a street light.
Oh, wow.
I knew you, hand under my sweatshirt, baby, kiss it better, right? And when I felt like I was an old cardigan under someone's bed, you put me on and said I was your favorite.
Oh, wow.
A friend to all is a friend to none. Chase two girls, lose the one. When you are young, they assume you know nothing. But I knew you, playing hide and seek and giving me your weekends. I knew you, your heartbeat on the high line, once in 20 lifetimes. And when I felt like I was an old cardigan under someone's bed, you put me on and said I was your favorite.
Wow. That piano.
Cars and downtown bars was all we needed. You drew stars around my scars, but now I'm bleeding. 'Cause I knew you stepping on the last train marked me like a bloodstain. I knew you tried to change the ending, Peter losing Wendy. I knew you leaving like a father, running like water. When you are young, they assume you know nothing, but I knew you'd linger like a tattoo kiss. I knew you'd haunt all over my what ifs. The smell I spoke would hang around this long, 'cause I knew everything when I was young. I knew I'd curse you for the longest time, chasing shadows in the grocery line. I knew you'd miss me once the thrill expired, and you'd be standing in my front porch light, and I knew you'd come back to me. You'd come back to me, and you come back to me, and you come back. And when I felt like I was an old cardigan under someone's bed, you put me on and said I was your favorite.
Wow. Wow. What the frick? Oh my gosh. This song is about being used, replaced, and forgotten. I have the lyrics pulled up on my phone. Let's start off with the core of the song. I felt like I was an old cardigan under someone's bed. The real pain isn't that he took her off. The pain is that he put her away. That line isn't about love, it's about neglect. It's about being someone's comfort until you're no longer exciting, and then getting tossed aside like something out of season. This is a post-abandonment diary entry. It's about trying to make sense of why someone treated you like a treasure until they didn't, and she still romanticizes it. Now, production-wise, this song is genius. It feels warm, almost safe, like she's rocking herself through the pain. The atmosphere is kind of foggy, like she's almost reliving it like in a dream, or like a memory she keeps opening and reclosing. And her vocals are soft, yet haunted. But now let's talk about this music video. This is visual poetry. We start in this like dim cabin type of setting. It's nice, but it's isolated. And this just sets the tone. She's in her own world, remembering everything. And then she opens the piano and it becomes a portal. And she's pulled into like this enchanted forest. And I think this represents romance. It's beautiful, it's magical, it's immersive, but it's also unstable because soon she's in the stormy sea, literally holding on to the piano, the only thing to keep her afloat. Keep up with me now. This represents love when it's wild and unsteady. That's drowning in someone while trying to keep your identity intact. And then she opens the piano again, and she's back in the cabin. She's back here again, cold, wet, shivering. And what does she do? Put on the cardigan. One she chooses to wear. And I think that's her way of saying, you left me in pieces, but I put myself back together. She also says this core line, when you are young, they assume you know nothing. And that lyric isn't about literal age. This is about people assuming just because you love softly or fell deeply that you don't understand what's happening. But she did. She knew it all. She knew he was never going to stay, but she loved him anyway. The song is about being someone's home until they find something shinier. I feel like this is one of the songs that people call dreamy, romantic, soft, but in reality, it's a recovery letter. It's about what happens after the love story ends. She says this line, and when I felt like I was an old cardigan.
An old cardigan under someone's bed.
Under someone's bed. That line, that's about being forgotten while still functional. Like you still loved them, you still had warmth for them, but they still left. This song truly captures the almost enough trauma. Like they loved parts of you, they needed you, but not enough to choose you. And then when they left, they didn't even look back. Guys, there's so much I could say about this song. It's so good, but let's move on to the next one. Okay, this is The Last Great American Dynasty by Taylor Swift.
Rebecca rode up on the afternoon train. It was sunny. Her salt box house on the coast took her mind off St. Louis.
Rebecca.
Bill was the heir to the Standard Oil name and money. And the town said, how did a middle class divorce they do it? The wedding was charming, if a little gauche. There's only so far new money goes. They picked out a home and called it Holiday House.
Holiday House.
Parties were tasteful, if a little loud. The doctor had told him to settle down. It must have been her fault his heart gave out. And they said, there goes the last great American dynasty. Who knows if she never showed up, what could have been? There goes the maddest woman this town has ever seen. She had a marvelous time ruining everything. Rebecca gave up on the Rhode Island set forever. Flew in all her bitch pack friends from the city. Filled the pool with champagne and swam with the big names and blew through the money on the boys and the ballet. And losing on card game bets with Dolly. And they said, there goes the last great American dynasty. Who knows if she never showed up, what could have been? There goes the most shameless woman this town has ever seen.
Shameless.
She had a marvelous time ruining everything. They say she was seen on occasion pacing the rock, staring out at the midnight sea. And in a feud with her neighbor, she stole his dog and dyed a key lime green. 50 years is a long time. Holiday house side, quietly on that beach, free of women with madness, the men in bad habits, and then it was bought by me.
Wow.
Who knows if I never showed up, what could have been?
Wow.
There goes the loudest woman this town has ever seen. I had a marvelous time ruining everything. I
this? Okay, this is a lot. The song, it's about Taylor rewriting the ending that they already had planned out for her. This song is so much more than some rich wife throwing house parties in Rhode Island. This song seems like it's very coded. In this song, Rebecca is a wealthy woman who was married into old money and then basically villainized after her husband died. They said she was too loud, too flashy, too scandalous. And does that sound familiar? Here, Taylor is telling the story of every woman who was ever called too much for living loudly. She paints this picture of a woman who dared to throw parties, dyes dogs green, and not sit quietly after a loss. And society did what society does and turned her into a spectacle. But what she does here is genius. She's reclaiming the narrative. She says, if they want a mad woman, I'll give them one. It's both rebellious and self-aware at the same time. Taylor looking at the way people dragged her through headlines, misquoted her, made her a villain, and instead of defending herself, she rebrands it as a legacy. She has a line that says, "There goes the loudest woman the town has ever seen." That line isn't an insult, it's a badge. She's reclaiming the title Too Loud and rebranding it to legacy status. That's not shame, that's legacy, the type where she says, "You'll remember me even if you hate me." So this song isn't just about Taylor or Rebecca or the Rhode Island mansion. It's about the kind of woman people don't know what to do with. The woman who doesn't shrink herself after a heartbreak. It's about how society turns powerful women into cautionary tales. And Taylor flips that into a power move. She's basically saying, if being unapologetic ruins the party, maybe the party needed to be ruined. So this song is for the women who have ever been called too emotional, too much, too loud, too extra. And instead of changing themselves, they decided to own it. This is a really great song. I really liked how she used Rebecca to get that message across. Okay, this is Exile by Taylor Swift.
I can see you standing, honey, with his arms around your body.
Woo!
But the joke's not funny at all.
That deep voice.
And it took you 5 whole minutes to pack us up and leave me with it, holding all this love out here in the hall.
Wow.
I think I've seen this film before, and I didn't like the ending. You're not my homeland anymore, so what am I defending now? You were my town, now I'm in exile, seeing you out. I think I've seen this film before.
Whoever voice that is gave me the chills.
I can see you staring, honey, like he's just your understudy, like he'd get your knuckles bloody for me. Second, third, and 100th chances, balancing on breaking branches. Those eyes add insult to injury. I've seen this film before, and I didn't like the ending. I'm not your problem anymore, so who am I offending now? You were my crown, now I'm in exile, seeing you out.
This is insane. This is not just a duet. It's a whole entire miscommunication breakdown. This song is two people grieving two different relationships. This is definitely one of the most intelligent songs I've ever heard from Taylor Swift. But here's the thing, it's not a love song, and it's not just a breakup. It's about how painful it is when two people experience the same relationship differently. And what makes this song brutal is that neither person is the villain. There's no cheating, betrayal, explosive fight. It's like two people standing across from each other, speaking two different emotional languages, and neither one knows how to translate. The guy says, "You didn't even hear me out. You never gave a warning sign." She says, "Didn't even hear me out. I gave so many signs." This isn't just a miscommunication. This is a fundamental disconnect. One person feels like they were giving everything, while the other person feels like they weren't given enough and that they were completely in the dark. And that's what makes the song so raw. It's not about who's right. It's about the pain of being misunderstood while trying your hardest. When they say, "You're not my homeland anymore," woo! So what am I defending now? That line for me is when the heartbreak settles in. The home that you once fought to protect isn't yours anymore. The relationship isn't even recognizable. You're standing in the same space, but everything feels foreign now. The word exile is like the emotional version of ghosting. It's like when someone doesn't physically leave, but they stop showing up emotionally. It's like watching someone pack their bags long before they even walk out the door. This song is the moment you realize the person has already emotionally left you, and you didn't even see it coming because you were still fighting, still hoping, still holding on, while they were already writing the credits. Oh my God. This song is slow. It's heavy. The piano is almost like pacing. And y'all, when their voices finally overlap, that overlap isn't harmony. It's memories clashing. They're not singing with each other. They're interrupting each other. Because that's what it feels like when two people are holding on to two different versions of the same love. Guys, please let me know your interpretation of this song. It is so deep. The next song should be My Tears Ricochet, but I have already reacted to that one over on my YouTube. So if you missed it, please go check that out. But now let's get into the last and final song of the day. Okay, this is Mirrorball by Taylor Swift. It's mirroring.
I'm a mirrorball. I'll show you every version of yourself tonight. I'll get you out on the floor, shimmering beautiful. And when I break it's in a million pieces.
Wow.
When no one
That song is very interesting because it felt like the lyrics weren't matching up with the music. Something felt off, but I really did like the lyrics of the song. This song is about being fragile. It's about being whatever you need to be just to be loved, and realizing even when you shine, you're breakable. So this song is definitely for people pleasers, the performers, the ones that morph into different versions of themselves just to keep the peace. So this isn't a love song. It's what it sounds like to break yourself just to be loved. This song is painfully self-aware. She's not just singing about vulnerability. She's singing about performing her own pain just to stay relevant, just to be wanted, just to not be left behind. The metaphor here is genius. She calls herself a mirrorball, not a spotlight. A mirrorball reflects on everyone else. It doesn't just shine on its own. It takes your light and throws it back in pieces. It sparkles, sure, but only when it's constantly spinning and fractured. And that's what it feels like to be a people pleaser in survival mode. To constantly shift yourself, your emotions, your dreams, just to be loved. To feel like you have to entertain or please just to be seen. That's exhaustion. I can change everything about me to fit in. That line is not quirky. It's devastating. She's admitting that her entire identity is liquid, shaped by whatever container she's placed in. This song is airy and distant, kind of like you're floating. It mirrors the emotional state of someone who's disconnected from their core self. Her vocals are soft and whispery. She sounds like she's apologizing for existing, even while performing. Like someone who's smiling on stage, but dead behind the eyes. She says, I'm still on that tightrope. I'm still trying everything to get you laughing at me. She's balancing her entire existence, every moment of the day, just trying to stay entertaining enough to not be replaced. She's scared that if she stops spinning, if she shows her true self, everyone will leave. So this song isn't about being delicate. It's about being used to your own fragility and performing anyway. So this song is about emotional labor, about being the one who adapts, the one who adjusts, the one who holds the tension in the relationship just to keep it pretty on the outside. But underneath it all, you're exhausted. You don't even know who you are anymore. And still you spin, you smile, you sparkle, because you're terrified if you stop, they'll stop choosing you. This song is too deep for words.
Please picture me in the trees. I hit my peak at 7 feet in the swing.
7 feet.
Over the creek, I was too scared to jump in, but I was high in the sky with Pennsylvania under me.
This sounds so different.
Are there still beautiful things?
Oh.
Sweet tea in the summer, cross your heart, won't tell no other. And though I can't recall your face, I still got love for you. Your braids like a pattern, love you to the moon and to Saturn. Passed down like folk songs, the love lasts so long.
I like this. I didn't expect to like this. From the beat.
To tell you, I think your house is haunted. Your dad is always mad, and that must be why
house is
I
haunted.
think you should come live with me and we can be pirates. Then you won't have to cry or hide in the closet. And just like a folk song, our love will be passed on. Please picture me in the weeds before I learn civility. I used to scream.
Her voice sounds so nice.
Anytime I wanted,
Eat.
sweet tea in the summer, cross my heart, won't tell no other. And though I can't recall your face, I still got love for you.
Can't remember your
Pack your
face.
dolls in a sweater. We'll move to India forever. Pass down like folk songs. Our love lasts so long.
Okay. That song felt really short to me. Okay. This song was very cryptic. Something that really caught my eye was this lyric right here.
And I've been meaning to tell you, I think your house is haunted.
I've been meaning to tell you, I think your house is haunted. This song is so cryptic. Y'all guessed it right. A lot of you guessed it right when you asked if I used to like study poetry or was a writer or something like that. I studied poetry all my life. So I really like when her songs are very cryptic like this. So, but this lyric, I've been meaning to tell you, I think your house is haunted. In that line, she's not talking about ghost. This is childhood code. Like when you know something is wrong, but you don't have the words for it yet. Ugh. And then she continues and says,
And I think you should come live with me and we can be pirates.
says, your dad is always mad, and I think you should come live with me and we can be pirates. That is a child trying to rescue another child. So she could be singing about her perspective of her younger self or someone else's, offering this little fantasy getaway, but the subtext is heartbreak. She sensed something was wrong in her friend's home, and this is her way of saving the friend without even realizing what she was saving them from. So this song isn't just a nostalgic song, it's a whispered protest, like a memory that is still aching. And Taylor's not just grieving for her friend, she's also grieving for herself and the fact that she was too young to help. And the way she raps it in this lullaby makes it hurt even more. So this song is about girls who were never asked if they were okay, and the friends who noticed but didn't know what to say. So 7 reminded me that some of the most powerful songs aren't loud. They're quiet and coded. Like they live in the in-between where the truth had no words yet. Y'all don't hear me though. Y'all don't hear me. Guys, let me know if you ever had a 7 moment in your childhood, like someone you still think about to this day. Let me know in the comments. I was about to move on, but I want to try to decode this song even more. I have the lyrics pulled up on my phone. She says, please picture me in the trees. I hit my peak at 7. 7 refers to the age. And hitting my peak as a child is ironic and sad. It implies that things went downhill after. And back to that one lyric, your house is haunted, your dad is always mad. This is a reference to domestic violence or emotional neglect. The haunting is emotional. Taylor, or whoever she's talking about in the song, as a child could feel the unspoken tension in her friend's home. So she talks about the fantasy of becoming pirates. And when I think about pirates, I think about freedom and a world that's lawless. I think about rebellion and adventure, but also a complete departure from real life. It's the only solution she could think of as a child. There's so much more I could say about this song. And one more line I wanted to break down is this one. And though I can't recall your face, I still got love for you. She doesn't recall her friend's face, but she remembers the pain and the ache they were both going through. But anyways, I've been blabbing because there's so much here. But let me know how you interpret this song. I would love to hear it. Let's get to the next one.
Salt air and the rust on your door. I never needed anything more, or whispers of are you sure? Never have I ever before, but I can see us lost in the memory. August slipped away into a moment in time, 'cause it was never mine.
Ooh!
See us twisted in bed sheets, August slipped away like a bottle of wine, 'cause you were never mine. You're back beneath the sun, wishing I could write my name on it. Will you call when you're back at school? I remember thinking I had you, but I can see us lost in the memory. August slipped away into a moment in time, 'cause it was never mine.
I like this.
And I can see us twisted in bed sheets. August slipped away like a bottle of wine, 'cause you were never mine.
I like this song. It's hurtful though.
Wanting was enough. For me it was enough to live for the hope of it all. Cancel plans just in case you call and say meet me behind the mall. So much for summer love and saying us, 'cause you weren't mine to lose. You weren't mine to lose. But I can see us lost in the memory. August slipped away into a moment in time, 'cause it was never mine. And I can see us twisted in bed sheets. August slipped away like a bottle of wine, 'cause you were never mine. 'Cause you were never mine.
That bridge.
Never mind. Do you remember? Remember when I pulled up and said get in the car, and then canceled my plans just in case you called? Back when I was living for the hope of it all, for the hope of it all. Meet me behind the mall. Remember when I pulled up and said get in the car, and then canceled my plans just in case you called? Like when I was living for the hope of it all, for the hope of it all, for the hope of it all.
This song is sad, but I'm dancing. Really sad. She did her big one with this one. She ate the song up. She ate it up. This song isn't just some cute summer bop. This is the heartbreak of being the girl who was never chosen. Not the girlfriend, not the villain, but the in-between. I'm pulling up the lyrics again on my phone. This line right off the bat hooked me in. Salt air and the rust on your door. I've never needed anything more. That image is already insane. It's already giving summer sadness. She's setting this up like something that felt good but never lasted. And this line, I never needed anything more. That's what we say when we fall in too deep and too fast for someone who probably didn't even see it in the same way. This song is giving young, naive love. It's not just messy. It was someone's first time feeling wanted and seen. Later on, she says, to live for the hope of it all. That right there is a whole tragedy. She knew it wasn't real, but she lived for the possibility of it turning real. And then she says, so much for summer love and saying us. She's grieving someone that she never really had in the first place. And the worst part is that she knows that. She says, you weren't mine to lose. That is such a quiet kind of heartbreak. It hurts. But anyways, this song is devastatingly beautiful. I love that she told this version of the story, the girl who gets left behind but feels everything so deeply. She wasn't trying to wreck someone's relationship. She just wanted to be loved, and that's human. But this song is about the type of heartbreak that lingers in the quiet when you give your heart to something temporary and you're left holding the memory. I wanted to break down one more line. She says, back when we were changing for the better, wanting was enough. That just tells me they were young and she was still shaping herself around someone else's desire. Wanting was enough. Oh my God. She's surviving off of crumbs. Like, it didn't have to be reciprocated. Just the fantasy was enough to keep her going. This hurts. Guys, let's move on to the next one. I can't. Okay, I'm excited because I found this and y'all been wanting me to react to the Long Pond studio sessions. So I'm excited to see what it looks like and sounds like. And this is me trying.
I've been having a hard time adjusting. I had the shiniest wheels, now they're rusting. I didn't know if you'd care if I came back. I have a lot of regrets about that. Pulled the car off the road to the lookout. Could have followed my fears all the way down. And baby, I don't quite know what to say, but I'm here in your doorway. I just wanted you to know that this is me trying. I just wanted
Oh my goodness.
you to know that this is me trying.
She sounds amazing.
They told me all of my cages were mental, so I got wasted like all my potential. And my words shoot to kill when I'm mad. I have a lot of regrets about that. I was so ahead of the curve became a sphere. Fell behind all my classmates and I ended up here, pouring out my heart to a stranger. But I didn't pour the whiskey, I just wanted you to know that this is me trying.
Wow.
I just wanted you to know that this is me trying. And it's hard to be at a party when I feel like an open wound. It's hard to be anywhere these days when all I want is you. You're a flashback and a film reel on the one screen in my town. And I just wanted you to know this is me trying. I just wanted you to know that this is me trying. At least I'm trying.
Woo! Wow. Okay, guys, I'm gonna pull up the lyrics on my phone. This song isn't about failure, it's about trying invisible battles. It's about fighting to survive in silence and still being told that it's not enough. This song is giving a voice to people who seem like they have given up, when in reality, just showing up is a miracle. She says, I got wasted like all my potential. And that line right there is what people do not say out loud. She says, I was so ahead of the curve. This is burnout, anxiety, depression, all wrapped into one sentence. Like, she wrote this for people who couldn't keep up with the versions of themselves that people expected. She says, it's hard to be at a party. This is social anxiety, mental illness, invisible trauma. She's in the room, but barely holding herself together. Then the final chorus, she says, at least I'm trying. And that's not an excuse. That's a confession. It's like, I know I'm not okay, but at least I showed up. Like, can't that count for something? But basically, this song is for everyone who looks fine, but are barely holding it together. This is what it sounds like to keep going, even though no one's clapping for your effort. Like when progress is invisible, when not just giving up is the win. But guys, again, let me know how you interpret this song, because I think it can be interpreted in a ton of different ways. So let me know. Let's get to the next one. Okay, this is Illicit Affair by Taylor Swift.
Make sure nobody sees you leave. Hood over your head, keep your eyes down. Tell your friends you're out for a run. You'll be flushed when you return. Take the road less traveled by. Tell yourself you can always stop. What started in beautiful rooms ends with meetings in parking lots. And that's the thing about illicit affairs and clandestine meetings and longing stares. It's born from just one single glance, but it dies and it dies and it dies a million little times. Leave the perfume on the shelf that you picked out just for him.
Wow.
So you leave no trace behind, like you don't even exist. Take the words for what they are, a dwindling mercurial high, a drug that only worked the first few hundred times. And that's the thing about illicit affairs and clandestine meetings and stolen stares. They show their truth one single time, but they lie and they lie and they lie a million little times. And you wanna scream, don't call me kid, don't call me baby. Look at this godforsaken mess that you made me. You showed me colors you know I can't see with anyone else. Don't call me kid, don't call me baby. Look at this idiotic fool that you made me. You taught me a secret language I can't speak with anyone else. And you know damn well. For you I would ruin myself a million little times.
Wow. She is literally insane. So this song isn't about forbidden love. It's about the self-destruction that comes from contorting yourself to be someone's secret. I think the song is about how women, especially, are taught to shrink themselves, hide, and accept crumbs just to feel chosen. And that's not romantic, it's humiliating. I have the lyrics here. She says, "Make sure nobody sees you leave. Hood over your head, keep your eyes down." She's not sneaking out for fun. She's sneaking out because she knows that she's not supposed to be there. And that right there is the loneliness of love that has to hide to exist. She says, "Look at this idiotic fool that you made me. You taught me a secret language. I can't speak with anyone else." And that is where the rage comes in. She's realizing that I let you change me. I learned your rules and your language just to keep you, but it left her isolated and unable to relate to anyone outside that relationship. Then she says, "What started in beautiful rooms ends with meetings and parking lots." The affair might have started with excitement and fantasy, but it always rots. It goes from elegance to sneaking around like a drug deal. She says, "Tell your friends you're out for a run. You'll be flushed when you return." She's lying to everyone and living double. She's performing for someone who won't even claim her. Then she says, "Don't call me kid, don't call me baby. Look at this godforsaken mess that you made me." And this is where she turns shame into anger. She's not playing the soft secret lover anymore. She's finally naming what this relationship has done to her. She says, "You know damn well for you I would ruin myself a million little times." She's not just angry, she's exhausted. She's fully aware of the damage and still caught in the cycle. And this is what it's like to love someone against your better judgment. I'm going to break down some of the symbolism in this song. She talks about parking lots. That's an emotional wasteland. She says something about secret language, and that's codependency. She talks about flushed cheeks, and that is shame disguised in lust. And then she says million little times, and that is emotional death by 1,000 cuts. You know, the pun isn't needed. The pun isn't needed. But all in all, this song is quiet, but it cuts really deep. Like, being someone's secret lover might sound sexy at first, but over time, it eats you alive. Let's get into the next one. Okay, this is Invisible String by Taylor Swift.
Green was the color of the grass where I used to read at Centennial Park. I used to think I would meet somebody there. Teal was the color of your shirt when you were 16 at the yogurt shop. You used to work at to make a little money. Time, curious time, give me no compasses, give me no signs. Were there clues I didn't see?
Ooh.
And isn't it just so pretty to think all along there was some invisible string tying you to me? On your first trip to LA, you ate at my favorite spot for dinner. Bold was the waitress on our 3-year trip, getting lunch down by the lakes. said I looked like an American singer. Time, mystical time, cutting me open then healing me fine with the clues I didn't see. Isn't it just so pretty to think all along there was some invisible string tying you to me. The string that pulled me out of all the wrong ones right into that dive bar. Something wrapped all of my past mistakes in barbed wire. Chains around my demons, wool to brave the seasons. One single thread of gold tied me to you.
Wow.
Cold was the steel of my axe to grind for the boys who broke my heart. Now I send their babies presents. Gold was the color of the leaves when I showed you around Centennial Park. Hell was the journey, but it brought me heaven.
Wow.
Time, wondrous time, give me the blues and then purple pink skies. And it's cool, baby, with me. And isn't it just so pretty to think all along there was some invisible string tying you to me.
Okay, this song is not messy, it's not bitter, it's not even sad. It's about healing and looking back at all the chaos in your life and realizing maybe something was guiding you the entire time. She's not angry anymore, she's reflecting, and she says, no compass, no signs. And that's what it feels like when you're figuring love out the hard way. And then she has this line that says, bad was the blood. Not her referencing bad blood. But that line is not petty, it's self-aware. And then she has a line that says, all along there was some invisible string. And that's so gentle. She's not saying, I think we were meant to be, in a dramatic way. It's more like, what if all the pain had a purpose? Like, just what if? Then she says, cut me open, then healed me fine. And that line is about forgiveness. She's not mad at the past anymore. She's saying, yeah, it hurt, but I'm okay now. And then the final verse, she again says, time, curious time. She's stitching the whole thing together, like from heartbreak to happiness. And it wasn't random, it was just invisible. And that's the difference between bitterness and peace. So this is growth music. It isn't loud, but the message is huge. She's saying sometimes love doesn't look like fireworks. It looks like quiet understanding. And sometimes you don't meet the right person until you become the better version of yourself, the kind that can love right. Let's get to the next one. Okay, this is Mad Woman by Taylor Swift.
What did you think I'd say to that? Does a scorpion sting when fighting back? They strike to kill, and you know I will.
Why is she doing that thing with the S and the T? Taylor Swift?
drive home, do you see my face in the neighbor's lawn? Does she smile? Or does she mouth, fuck you forever? Every time you call me crazy, I get more crazy. What about that? And when you say I seem angry, I get more angry. And there's nothing like a mad woman. What a shame she went mad. No one likes a mad woman. You made her like that. And you poke that bear till her claws come out, and you find something to wrap your noose around. And there's nothing like a mad woman.
Wow.
Now I breathe flames each time I talk. My cannons all firing at your yacht. They say, move on, but you know I won't. And women like hunting witches too, doing your dirtiest work for you. It's obvious that wanting me dead has really brought you two together. Every time you call me crazy, I get more crazy. What about that? And when you say I seem angry, I get more angry. And there's nothing like a mad woman. What a shame she went mad. No one likes a mad woman. You made her like that. And you poke that bear till the claws come out, and you find something to wrap your noose around. And there's nothing like a mad woman. I'm taking my time, 'cause you took everything from me. Watching you climb over people like me. The master of spin has a couple side flings. Good wives always know. She should be mad, should be scathing like me, but no one likes a mad woman. What a shame she went bad. You made her like that.
Wow. This song, I really enjoyed the lyrics to this song. This song is a total slow burn. Taylor Swift didn't write this to lose control. She wrote this to show you who controls the room now. Okay, this line caught my eye. What did you think I'd say to that?
I'd say to that, does a scorpion sting when fighting back? They strike.
They strike to kill. That right there tells me she's not coming to play. That scorpion line, beautiful and deadly. She's saying she's not mad without reason. She's mad because you tried her. Then she says, every time you call me crazy, I get more crazy. And this is the trap they set for women. You raise your voice, oh my God, she's dramatic. You stay silent, oh my God, she's so cold. Ugh, she's flipping the script and the table right here. Later on, she says the master of spin has a couple side flings. Good wives always know. She should be mad. Should be scathing like me. Right there, she's airing out dirty laundry with glass. That line is about the quiet suffering of women who have to carry other people's lies to protect an image. Then she says, I breathe flames every time I talk. She's saying she's done being polite, but this song, Mad Woman, isn't angry just for the sake of it. It's strategic fury. She's peeling back the curtain on how women are punished just for standing up. Someone who finally stopped asking permission to be loud. So if you ever been called dramatic, emotional, angry, the song is for you. And here, mad doesn't mean unhinged. It means unapologetic. Okay, guys, let me know what you thought of these songs and how you interpret them. And we will be doing part 3 really soon. And after I finish the album, I will be reacting to the Folklore Pawn sessions. So I'm very excited about that. Okay, guys, I will see you in the next one. Bye, you guys. This is Epiphany. This is gonna be sad. Yes, it is. I could tell.
Now, sir, I think he's bleeding out, and some things you just can't speak about. With you I serve, with you I fall down. Watch you breathing, watch you breathing.
This is tough.
Only 20 minutes to sleep, but you dream of some epiphany.
is such a scary song. I think I'm gonna have nightmares about this song. I'm like shaking. Sometimes the deepest understanding of suffering is that relief is rare, fleeting, or final. I do not like this song. I'm sorry, I don't like it. The song feels like a hymn of sacrifice. It's not just about soldiers or doctors. It's also about caregivers and witnesses, the ones who endure, who hold the silence, who carry us through collective pain. For me, Epiphany is about compassion. I think this song is Taylor showing us that while trauma can't always be spoken, art can bridge the silence between generations, and I think that is the real epiphany. I'm sorry, I can't talk about this. I already had to take 2-hour breaks while talking about this song, so I might have a lot to say about this later. But this song is like probably the most hurtful song I've heard from her. Okay, now this is Betty by Taylor Swift.
Betty, I won't make assumptions about why you switched your homeroom, but I think it's 'cause of me.
Oh.
Betty, one time I was riding on my skateboard when I passed your house. It's like I couldn't breathe. You heard the rumors from Inez. You can't believe a word she says most times, but this time it was true. The worst thing that I ever did was what I did to you.
Tea? Is this some tea?
If I just showed up at your party, would you have me? Would you want me? Would you tell me to go fuck myself or lead me to the garden? In the garden, would you trust me if I told you it was just a summer thing? I'm only 17, I don't know anything, but I know I miss you. Betty, I know where it all went wrong. Your favorite song was playing from the far side of the gym. I was nowhere to be found. I hate the crowds, you know that. Plus I saw you dance with him. You heard the rumors from Inez. You can't believe a word she says most times, but this time it was true. The worst thing that I ever did was what I did to you. But if I just showed up at your party, would you have me? Would you want me? Would you tell me to go fuck myself or lead me to the garden? In the garden, would you trust me if I told you it was just a summer thing? I'm only 17, I don't know anything, but I know I miss you.
Oh, I like this song.
Walking home on broken cobblestones, just thinking of you when she pulled up like a figment of my worst intentions. She said, James, get in, let's drive. Those days turned into nights. Slept
James.
next to her, but I dreamt of you all summer long.
Whoa.
Betty, I'm here on your doorstep, and I planned it out for weeks now, but it's finally sinking in. Betty, right now is the last time I can dream about what happens when you see my face again. The only thing
Why does she have to bring Cardigan into this? Oh my god. I want to point out some lyrics. He says, Betty, I won't make assumptions about why you switched your homeroom. Here, James is aware of the limits of his own knowledge, but the phrasing shows his attempt at trying to control the narrative. He's saying, I won't assume, but the song itself is about his assumption of the truth. Men, this tension right here captures the fragility of teenage perspective. He wants clarity, but is trapped in his own story. So this has something to do with her song Cardigan. And that song was about someone feeling like someone's old cardigan being put away. You guys told me that this song is like a 3-parter. Is it August? Is it Betty, August, and Cardigan? I ruined my day about putting Cardigan into this song. Kiss me in my car again. That's crazy. Okay, guys, I just went back and looked at the lyrics from August and Cardigan. Take a deep breath because this is a lot. So in this song, Betty, James is here apologizing. He's like, I'm only 17. I don't know anything. Classic teenage guilt. But he's very self-aware here. He's aware that he's young and unreliable, yet the whole song is his version of events. He's trying to control the narrative as he admits he's lost. I'm looking up the lyrics from my phone. Lines like, would you tell me to go F myself or lead me to the garden? He's projecting his own fears and hopes onto Betty. We're literally hearing his memory and emotions, not the objective truth. Let's flip the perspective to Betty and Cardigan for a little bit. Cardigan is Betty's side. She remembers the same story, but through heartbreak and betrayal. Her world is literally colored by abandonment, and her feelings are just as real as James's. So here's the thing. What we hear in Betty is only half the story. Cardigan reminds us that memory is subjective and emotional truth isn't always the same as what actually happened. And then there's August, and this one is wild because it's the other girl's perspective, the fleeting summer romance that James had. It's nostalgic and bittersweet. It's almost invisible in the other two songs. August reminds us that every story has ripples and unseen emotional layers, and everyone experiences the same events differently. So when you listen to all three, Taylor isn't just telling a teen love story. She's building a narrative prism. Each song shows the same events through a different lens. Guilt, heartbreak, fleeting love. And it's wild because it makes you ask, whose memory do you trust? Whose reality matters? That's what makes this trilogy so Taylor Swift. It's deeply emotional, cinematic, and human. So honestly, I love how this isn't all about romance. It's about how we remember, how we tell stories, and how perspective shapes reality. But I have a couple of questions for you guys. Do you think James is genuinely remorseful, or is he just rewriting his own story? Another question, how does Taylor's music and imagery make us emphasize with him despite his flaws? Let me know in the comments. Okay, now this is Peace by Taylor Swift.
Coming of age is come and gone. Suddenly this summer it's clear. I never had the courage in my convictions, as long as danger is near. And it's just around the corner, darling, 'cause it lives in me. No, I could never give you peace. I'm a fire and I'll keep your brittle heart warm. If your cascade ocean wave blues come, all these people think love's for show, but I would die for you in secret. The devil's in the details, but you got a friend in me.
Wow.
Would it be enough if I could never give you peace?
I would die for you in
Your
secret.
integrity makes me seem small. You paint dreamscapes on the wall. I talk shit with my friends. It's like I'm wasting your honor. And you know that I'd swing with you for the fences, sit with you in the trenches, give you my wild, give you a child, give you the silence that only comes when two people understand each other, family that I chose, now that I see your brother.
Hello?
Brother. Is it enough? But there's robbers to the east, clowns to the west. I'd give you my sunshine, give you my best, but the rain is always gonna come if you're standing with me. But I'm a fire and I'll keep your brittle heart warm. If your cascade ocean wave blues come, all these people think love's for show, but I would die for you in secret. The devil's in the details, but you got a friend in me. Would it be enough if I could never give you peace? Would it be enough if I could never give you peace?
Wow.
Would it be enough if I could never give you peace?
What a song. What a song. Here, Taylor Swift isn't just confessing love to someone. She's revealing the tension between intimacy and personal chaos, showing that loving someone fully means exposing your flaws and accepting the discomfort that comes with them. Okay, right away, Taylor sets the tone. I have the lyrics in front of me. She says, "No, I could never give you peace, but I'm a fire and I'll keep your brittle heart warm." She's admitting that she can't offer perfect calm or safety in this relationship. She's saying her life is messy, unpredictable, and full of challenges, but she's committing herself fully, which makes this seem honest and raw. And then you hear lines like, "All these people think love's for show, but I would die for you in secret." That line really got me. There's pressure, judgment, and scrutiny from the outside world. And here Taylor's showing that love isn't about perfection. It's about standing by someone despite all the chaos. She also gets really intimate with details like this line, "I talk shit with my friends. It's like I'm wasting your honor." And later she says, "Give you the silence that only comes when two people understand each other." These lyrics are about the little moments, the vulnerability, the honesty, the flaws. I'm still crying over the song. And how those are what truly builds a connection. She's saying love isn't about grand gestures. It's the willingness to show your messy human self and still be present for each other. And I feel like she has the same message in multiple songs, but it's crazy how she can put them in so many different forms. We've heard this song in different ways, like New Year's Day. We heard this kind of song from her, but it's so different. We heard a song like this from her, like Love Isn't Perfect. It's about being messy, the little moments, things like that. Also, the imagery she has in here is so striking. She says fire, brittle hearts, rain, robbers, clowns. All of that is to emphasize that love is chaotic and unpredictable. But I think Taylor's point is very clear in the song. We've heard it many times before, but I think this is my favorite way she has gotten this message across with this song. Okay, I have a question for you guys. Taylor writes a lot about the imperfect love and vulnerability. Like in Peace, this song, New Year's Day, and The Archer, which song do you think captures the message the best and why? I personally think this song. She basically says, people think this love is for show, but I would die for you in private without anyone knowing. That's crazy. That's crazy. I'm sorry, let me calm down. Let's get to the next song. Now here is the last and final song. This is Hoax by Taylor Swift.
My only one, my smoking gun, my eclipsed sun. This has broken me down. My twisted knife, my sleepless night, my windless fight. This has frozen my ground. Stood on the cliffside screaming, give me a reason. Your faithless love's the only hoax I believe in. Don't want no other shade of blue but you.
Faithless love.
No other sadness in the world would do. My best laid plan, your sleight of hand, my barren land. I am ash from your fire. Stood on the cliffside screaming, give me a reason.
I'm ash from your fire.
Your faithless love's the only hoax I believe in.
Wow.
Don't want no other shade of blue but you. No other sadness in the world would do. You know I left a part of me back in New York. You knew the hero died, so what's the movie for? You knew it still hurts underneath my scars from when they pulled me apart. You knew the password, so I let you in the door. You knew you won, so what's the point of keeping score? You knew it still hurts underneath my scars from when they pulled me apart. But what you did was just as dark. Darling, this was just as hard.
Why am I crying?
Me apart. My only one, my kingdom come undone. My broken drum, you have beaten my heart.
This is horrific. My worst nightmare in a song. At first, this might just sound like another heartbreak ballad, but Taylor is doing something darker and more intense here. This song isn't just about love lost. It's about love as trauma, obsession, and devotion all at once. I have the lyrics on my phone. From the opening line, she says, "My only one, my smoking gun, my eclipsed sun." You can feel the intensity. She's describing a relationship that has fully consumed her. I know this is like folklore, so like someone explained this to me as like stories that are not her own. So I don't know whether I should say like her or someone else, but just for the sake of this reaction, I'm gonna say her. And I've been saying that this whole time, so I hope you guys don't mind. But the imagery is almost violent. Like heartbreak has reshaped her from inside out. She has lines like, "I am ash from your fire, my sleepless night, my winless fight." Those lines make it clear it's not gentle sadness. It's total devastation, emotional, and almost even elemental. Then there's this repeated line, "Your faithless love, the only hoax I believe in." And that is what makes the song so haunting to me. She knows that this love is destructive and not healthy, but she clings to it. The pain itself becomes a form of attachment. And that right there is terrifyingly relatable. Like how some relationships hurt, but you can't let go because it has become a part of you. Ew, this song is so painful. I also love the cliffside imagery she has going on in the song too. She says, "Stood on the cliffside, screaming, give me a reason." That's the perfect metaphor for feeling exposed and powerless. Like she's on the edge, begging for clarity or rescue, but there's none coming. And when she references New York and past scars, it's a reminder that trauma compounds. Her present heartbreak is layered with all the wounds she has carried before, which again makes the song feel even more real and heavy. And then there's this line that just pierces me. She says, "No other sadness in the world would do." She's almost addicted to this specific kind of painful love. Guys, why? It's not just heartbreak. It's the kind of love that shapes you, that sticks with you, and becomes inseparable from your identity. Taylor captures that obsession beautifully, terrifyingly, and heartbreakingly. So yeah, this isn't just a breakup song. It's a study of love as obsession, devotion, devastation, wrapped all into one. It's intense, it's haunting, it's pure Taylor Swift. Emotional, raw, and unforgettable. Guys, let me know if you ever had a love that hurt this much, but you could not let go. Please let me know in the comments. Next for us will be the Long Pond sessions and the Folklore concert or movie, wherever I can find it. I did also react to the podcast, and can someone please remind me what album is next so we can get into it? And I will see you besties in the next one. This really hurt me to my core. I'm going to be wrapped up in my blankets for the next couple of hours to come. I'll see you besties in the next one. Bye, you guys.